Breaking news! The master builder has completed a new model. The town hall of Gliwice is now ready.
This is my largest LEGO build so far, the town hall in Gliwice. The idea was born at the beginning of September. I was walking through the main square when I thought, what if I built this out of LEGO? As soon as I got home, I opened BrickLink Studio and started designing. One of the biggest challenges was getting the proportions right. I couldn't just build freely. One brick too many here, two too few there. One window smaller, another larger. I had to choose a scale, and I went with minifigure-scale. Just a week later, the first floor design was finished. Then it was time to build for real. I grabbed my bricks, placed a 48 by 48 base plate, and got started. It quickly turned out that this model doesn't use many different parts, but massive quantities of the same ones. Even after buying hundreds of identical elements, it was often still not enough. Around mid-October, I began building the first and second floors. More orders were unavoidable. For example, I used 72 gray 2x3 tiles, even though these floors are mostly white. But that's nothing compared to the windows, 350 of them, and the same number of grills. The windows alone cost me around €50. Fortunately, these floors were fairly easy to build. The only real challenge was the front wall, where I had to figure out how to mount the gray tiles in the center. But the hardest part was still ahead. The roof. I spent a month and a half working on it. Its size, unusual shape, and the tower made everything much more complicated. I rebuilt it dozens of times and changed the concept several times, which meant starting over completely. The angles had to be perfect, the opening for the tower precise, and the connection between large and smaller roof sections smooth. The tower was the final stage, and surprisingly, one of the easiest. Just a few small adjustments, no major issues.
And with that, the town hall was finished.
There were a few elements that turned out to be very problematic, things I simply couldn't solve using LEGO bricks alone. The clocks. They do exist as printed pieces or stickers, but not in the right format. So I decided to make them myself. I generated a clock graphic, printed it on sticker paper, and applied it to the model. And honestly, it turned out pretty well. While I was at it, I also made a few extra stickers with a Master Builder logo, a QR code, and a website link, which I later used on the base of the model. For the town hall build, I used a huge number of pieces. Around 250 flowers, around 350 windows, around 350 grills, 3,500 bricks of various colors and sizes, 120 1x2 cheese slopes, about 250 of these unusual elements, around 300 1x4 sand green tiles, and many more pieces I won't even bother listing. I bought the LEGO pieces in many ways. Most of my orders were from BrickLink, where you can get bricks in large quantities and often at good prices. Sometimes I also bought bricks by weight from various LEGO stores. Fast and convenient, but a bit risky because they don't always have all the pieces you need. As a last resort, I used LEGO's Pick a Brick. It's more expensive, so it's best for buying a few hard-to-find pieces, like gray tiles. The advantage is the huge selection of bricks in many colors. The downside of Pick a Brick is the long delivery time, 2 to 3 weeks, which slowed down my work a lot. And that's the end of my adventure with the town hall in Gliwice. It was a big build, full of challenges, fun, and experiments, but above it all, incredibly rewarding. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss anything.